I hope you're having a wonderful stay here in Morocco, in beautiful Rabat, and that you're enjoying this show, the first day of the show, and that you're profiting or benefiting from the energy of this show. My name is Moïse Alami, and I'm representing AMDIE, which is the Moroccan agency in charge of investments and exports, or to make it short and simple, your best friend in Morocco. I'm saying that best friend because actually our agency will be the part that will go hand in hand with you for the execution of your project in Morocco, from the ideation stage until the effective settlement of your project in Morocco and way beyond. We will be your best friends because we will provide you relevant information, verified information that will help you build your business case in Morocco. And we'll be also your best friends because we will present you to some other friends, to some other stakeholders that will be involved in your project. I'm referring here to different administrations in the country, and our role is to be your facilitators, your connectors here in Morocco, and to, as I said, to go hand in hand with you for the execution of your project successfully in the country. So my role today as a best friend is to help you figure out or to tell you about our country and why it is actually a good idea to develop your video games in Morocco. So we will be covering different topics. This presentation will be fairly short because we want to privilege interactions between us. It will take us something like 15 minutes, but we will open the door for a Q&A session in where we welcome all your comments, your questions, and we'll try as much as possible to respond to all these. So, Morocco first, what you need to know is that we're not starting from scratch. Morocco is already an IT and outsourcing powerhouse. When we talk about outsourcing here, we will be repeating maybe this term lots of time. We're referring to this externalization of services, to nearshoring, to offshoring of activities in Morocco, in where the country has a very, very, very strong experience. We also are a country which has a young and talented pool of qualified talent, very young and motivated students and workforce. We are a best cost platform as well, providing you with competitiveness in terms of production costs. We are an execution-driven country and also a country which is a great place where to live. So without we will start covering the different topics. So when we say that we are an IT and outsourcing powerhouse, we are referring to all the advancement that has been made by Morocco in its digital transition. We are the first African country in the ICT Development Index, which is a ranking widely used by countries to classify their advancements in the digital panorama. It is done by ITU, which is the International Telecommunications Union. We have some very strong digital infrastructures which are present in Morocco, referring here to the number of data centers that we host in Morocco. Actually, we are the first African country hosting data centers in the country, tier-certified data centers in the country with a number of 25 data centers. We are working right now on very, very promising investment projects to install data centers that are specialized in artificial intelligence that will be the first of their kind in Morocco, working with great partners such as NVIDIA, for example. And you are all familiar with them as they are like the big name in the gaming industry. And yeah, we have a very vibrant IT outsourcing sector with over 1.8 billion export revenues realized in 2023. Just yesterday, I have received a phone call from my colleagues from the Ministry of Digital Transition saying that we have the official numbers of export revenues in 2024, and guess what? We have moved only in 1 year from $1.8 billion of export revenues to nearly $2.5 billion in only 1 year, which is a phenomenal progression on this sense. We have more than 1,200 international companies working in Morocco in the outsourcing sector, employing something more than 141 young talents in the country. So we're not starting from scratch. We already have started a dynamic in the outsourcing sector in Morocco starting from the mid-2000s, and today we are the second African outsourcing platform, but we won't stop there. Our ambition is to become first, and this will happen very, very, very soon. You can see here that we have gained 12 positions in our Global Services Location Index in 2023, becoming hence the second African country in terms of outsourcing, but our ambition is to be ranked first in Africa. The reason why we're bringing this outsourcing sector, because we think that what we have achieved in this sector is similar to the trajectory that we want to adopt in the gaming industry. Today, we have a cross-sector expertise in all the ecosystem, the outsourcing ecosystem. In the beginning, we have started with some simple ecosystems, very simple activities, mainly around inbound call centers, receiving calls from all over the world, treating customer requests for international companies all over the world, and this is how we started our journey into this sector. And as time goes, we have been developing our capabilities, moving into more complex ecosystems, moving to business process outsourcing, and then to IT outsourcing, and where we have welcomed lots of international companies into Morocco that have outsourced their IT project to be worked from Morocco, thanks to the availability of our digital talents and their skills. And then, with the emergence of some industries in Morocco, namely automotive and aeronautics, there was a need to complete or to implement engineering services. And we have attracted more and more engineering, for example, engineering design companies that do car designs, for example, or other engineering and R&D companies that have started to come and trust the country and outsource their projects into Morocco to serve their international clients. So we think that that we will take a similar trajectory for the gaming industry. We are not going to start the production of AAA games in day one, that is for sure. We will be starting with some more adapted or more simple projects, and then while we gain expertise, move to some other complexities, other complex projects, and our ambition is to become maybe a country within 5-10 years that is able to attract a complex gaming project, and maybe here from Morocco be able to design AAA games. So one of our main assets in Morocco, and this is the element of attraction which is the most interesting in the country, is our young human capital. I think that here, during the show, you have been able to see some Moroccan talents that are self-taught, and I'm stressing on this word, which is self-taught, that they have been able to train themselves by themselves or through peer interaction, that have some really, really great talent in designing games here in the country. We in our universities, more than 120,000 people are enrolled each year in sciences. More than 20,000 are enrolled in technology fields. And from those numbers, we take pride of the fact that more than 50% of those students are women. We're saying here that more than 44% of our students have English proficiency, but I think that this number is very, very conservative, and I think that through your interactions with the people that are in here, you may understand or notice by yourselves that this young generation is quite very comfortable in speaking English. Moroccans are known for their linguistic skills, and yeah, in this sense, we provide human resources that are not only talented, well-educated, but also have this ability to interact with people all around the world thanks to their linguistic skills. Something important here to stress is also the median age in Morocco, which is 29, which means that we have the right demographic dividend right now. If we take a look at sub-Saharan Africa, countries in the south of Morocco, in there the average age is 19. What does it mean? It means it is in fact a young population, but they are not ready yet to enter to the job market. If we go further north and see the situation in the European continent, whether we're talking about Central Europe or Eastern Europe, well, the median age right now is around 44 to 46. What does this mean? It means that the human resources in Europe are maybe going more into retirement, and that there is a shortage in terms of human resources. Well, Morocco, with the actual median age of 29, gives the great positioning of a country that have available, abundant, and young workforce. And that is very, very important, as we all know that these sectors are heavily relying on talents and on the availability of talent. Well, we have showed you the figures of our students enrolled in different universities, but we have the consciousness on a governmental level that we need to further work on the availability of our digital talent. So lots of programs have been launched recently, especially after the launch of our new digital strategy, which is called Morocco Digital 2030. And this strategy, among its main pillars, is the education of people, is the orientation of our students into digital fields. So we aim, with the introduction of different educational programs, to increase our graduates from digital fields from 8,000 actual right now to 22,500 people or students in the digital fields by 2027. So one of the major actions that have been done over the last year is the introduction of 144 new digital programs into the 12 universities of the country. There is a special dedicated zone here in this exhibition in where you will find a lot of universities aligned, and those universities have been implementing those new digital programs into their curricula and are starting now to massively produce digital talents into the country. We have also attracted new generation coding schools and training institutes that are now operational in the country. One of them, and I highly recommend and invite you to go and see them, is 1337, which is a very innovative training model relying on peer-to-peer learning. No interaction or minimal interaction with the educational, with the professors, for example. And what is encouraged with this educational program is that the students learn by themselves and relying on collaboration between themselves. It's very, very unique and very efficient program, and all the graduates of 1337 are 100% of them are hired the next day they are graduated. This is only to tell you how strong these profiles are. So we have also started to attract dedicated universities and schools to ensure access to top qualified and competitive talents. So from the first edition of Morocco Gaming Expo to the second edition, we have been able to introduce new gaming programs into different universities in Morocco, things which did not exist in the past. So now with this ambition of starting a new ecosystem in the country, there have been some partnerships signed by the Ministry of Youth and the Ministry of Higher Education in Morocco with the aim of introducing specifically dedicated programs, gaming programs into our universities. So what we will have, what is sure is that within the 3-4 next years, there's going to be an abundant first wave of students who are highly qualified into the gaming industry that will be ready to join the job market and be ready to be hired by the different companies that will join Morocco soon. Just to give you examples of what have been done over the last year, we have had the partnership, for example, with Isart Digital. I think that's lots of you know this educational school, which is highly focused on gaming. We have had a first group of 40 students that have been trained by Isart during the last 10 months on topics such as gameplay programming, as animation, game design, game production, to get a first pool of students ready right now to join the job market. And something else that we have done is that we are starting to orient our kids, our high school students. We are starting to communicate, to interact with them, to make them think about doing their studies into the gaming industry. So Algorithmics, for example, is a school that welcomes very young students, 12 years old, 15 years old, and they're introducing to them these topics of gaming with the aim to orient those students in the future into this field of study. So lots of efforts are being put together from the government to assure that we will have abundant workforce ready to go to the job markets in 2, 3, 4 years. We want also to share with you how our country is also can be a very good option for as a best cost platform, providing you with competitiveness in terms of cost association to your production. And we have prepared here a case study in where we wanted to put in evidence the man per month cost associated in Morocco in a comparison with the different countries. Now, if you were looking at Morocco as a cheap country or a low-cost country, then you may be deceived, because Morocco is actually not a low-cost country. In comparison with, for example, India, we will have higher salaries than India, for example, but we have other advantages which are associated to Morocco, mainly the fact of being culturally very similar in the way of doing business to Europe, for example, being very close to Europe, being aligned on the same time zone as Europe as well, and being, of course, a country which is very good in terms of living standards. So we have taken an example of a gaming studio which is quite big, 197 people or head count, and through different functions and through different seniority levels, we have calculated the salaries associated to all these positions, and we came up with a man per month, which is nearly $2,600. It is, as you can see it at this table, 30% of the cost in the USA. It is nearly 50% of the cost in Canada, and it has a most convenient time zone compared to, as I said, to Asia, to countries like for example, India. Next topic we want to cover is how Morocco is an execution-driven country. And what we refer here by execution-driven, I just wanted to say it in a simple sentence, is that when we commit, we execute. When we promise something, we execute it. And here I want to bring some examples of industries that have developed phenomenally in Morocco over the 20 last years. You know, in the mid-2000s, we have launched a strategic planning in Morocco to see which are the sectors in where we want to bet, in where we want to position ourselves, in where we want to develop. And one of the sectors, or some of the sectors that have been identified, are the automotive and aerospace. 20 years ago, we had nearly no automotive industry in the country. We had no aeronautics industry in the country. Today, with all the efforts that have been done by the government in preparing the industrial assets, for example, the right industrial zones, the adapted regulation, putting together training programs, and also powerful incentives, we have been able to move from a situation in where we nearly had nothing in those industries to a country nowadays which is ranked first in Africa in terms of automotive production, with a capacity of production of 1 billion vehicles per year. And today we are the first country, the first car exporting country to the EU, which is outside of the EU. Similarly, in the aeronautics, for example, 20 years ago, we had no aeronautics industry in the country. Today, we are the first aeronautic manufacturing platform in Africa. We have moved from producing some very simple, and this is what I said in the beginning of this presentation, is that we always start from very simple activities, we gain experience and move to complex activities. So in the aeronautics, 20 years ago, we were only manufacturing cables for aeroplanes. Today, we are the first aeronautic hub in Africa, and just this year, we have signed a convention, investment convention with Canadian Pratt & Whitney to start manufacturing aeroplane engines, which is the most complex part in an aeroplane. They are going to be manufactured in Morocco. So this is just to tell you how this country, when it commits to doing something, it delivers. And this is what we want to do with the gaming industry. So we will start. We have launched a very ambitious plan of creating a dedicated zone for the gaming industry, which we will name Rabat Gaming City. It will be in the center of Rabat, and actually finding nowadays in Rabat a central zone within the city center of Rabat that big is quite impossible. So this is a very unique zone which is in the middle of the academic hub of Rabat, located within a very dense residential area and connected to all the city parts by public transportation that has been chosen to host this gaming city in Rabat. This same infrastructure will be duplicated in different regions of Morocco, but the flagship project will always be Rabat Gaming City. So this infrastructure or this park will host all the companies that are interested in the gaming industry, whether they are national Moroccan companies or international investors that trust Morocco and would choose Morocco. It will comprise a very broad range of immobilier, of real estate offer, dedicated to big studios, medium studios, and even startups. We will have the whole ecosystem installed there, education, startup hub, incubation hub. We will have an arena to organize e-sports tournaments as well. So it will be a vibrant infrastructure that will cover all the scopes of services that are needed by companies as yours to be installed in the very good conditions. So this infrastructure is going to be built by the region of Rabat. The constructions are planned to start within this year, and we are expecting to get delivered the first units of this city or this complex within the next 2 years. So yeah, we think of this infrastructures as being a very important step into our ambition of emerging as a gaming hub in the region. Now, moving to incentives. We have been working very hard with the Ministry of Youth into designing a specific package dedicated to the gaming industry. I the offer is now complete, is now finalized, pending an official announcement that will be done by the minister himself. So I'm not going to steal the honor of announcing in details all the incentive package before the minister himself have the honor to announce it. But I will go through some of its details, and we'll send you, of course, once it is officially signed, a copy of it. So this incentive package will comprise three axes. Most important one is the fiscal exemptions. So what we intend to do here is to give you some facilitations and to give you some advantages in terms of corporate tax and income tax. To give you some numbers, you will basically, all the investors that come, that will invest in the gaming industry in Morocco will receive a tax vacation of 5 years, which means 0% on corporate tax for the 5 years of their project in Morocco, once they install their project in Morocco. And then starting from the 6th year, the state will take in charge 56% of the applied rate. Now, the actual applied corporate tax on such activities is 20%. And with this incentive, starting from the 6th year, the government will take in charge 56% of this tax rate, so that it is reduced from a level of 20% to something around 8 to 10%. Of course, as I mentioned before, 5 years, the 5 first years will be tax vacation 0%. On the level of the income tax, what we have prepared in this incentive package is a capping of the income tax to a level of 10%. What you need to know is that here in Morocco, the income tax is progressive. A different level of income tax is applied on different salary levels. For example, salaries that are beyond 1,500 euros or dollars are taxed 37%. But with this measure, we will bring down 37% to 10%. So all the economy or the delta between 10 and 37 is on the benefit of the investor. This is money that will be given back to the investor. This is specific to the fiscal exemptions. We have another axis, which is the employment bonus, and here we have thought of giving a bonus on each job that will be created in the country. So Morocco has a very young population, and it is the duty of the government to encourage job creation. And this is why we saw it as being very appropriate to give an incentive in this term, in this sense, in a way that for each job that you create, you'll receive a bonus. This bonus will be around 17 to 20%, all right, for each job that will be created. Not only that, we know that the studios that will join Morocco, we need some foreign expertise, like people from the company to come and to install their teams into Morocco. So in order to decrease the burden on the companies, what has been convened is that we give a bonus also, or we take in charge parts of the expats' salaries. So those people that will come from foreign countries to work in Morocco to install their studios will receive parts as a bonus part of the salaries of those expats. So we will cover part of the salaries. And the third axis will be the training support system. And here, there is a number of training support systems that are already existence, but we want to reinforce it further by giving also a bonus on the training that those companies will give to their employees. So there is a certain percentage that will be given back on the expenses incurred by the company on training their employees. There's going to be a percentage of that amount that is going to be given back to the investor. I will not be able to go right now on the specifics, how much the percentage is and so on, until the minister does the official announcement of this package himself, which is expected to be done very, very soon. So last point, and this is something that maybe you could experience by yourself, since you're here in Morocco, I highly encourage you to go and visit the Medinas, to go and visit all the touristic sites that are here in Morocco or in Rabat. Well, it is good to open your to internationalize your companies and to search for different locations to install your teams, but finding a place which is connected to the world, which gives you the possibility to enjoy life while developing your business, is something to take into consideration, is something very important. So Morocco is actually a very welcoming country with a strong culture and heritage, very touristic country, giving you different options. And beyond all, it is very connected to all the parts of the world. We are 2 hours flight from Europe, 7 hours from North America, and nearly 7 hours from the UAE. So yeah, central position, very strong cultural heritage, very welcoming country, and we think that this is the great, the best ingredients for you to come and develop your business here safely and productively. So yeah, these are the topics we wanted to cover with you today. We think that what's going to start now, which is the Q&A session, will be the most important part. Please do not hesitate to ask us your questions. I am joined here by my colleague Sukaina, but also by other colleagues from the Ministry of Youth, and we are all under your disposal to answer all your questions. So yeah, please do not hesitate. Leave stuff. Please.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I have one question about the gaming city. I don't think you mentioned that when, maybe how long it's going to take to have it fully installed, fully equipped, and ready for operations. Explain.
Well, we expect that the first units will be delivered in 2027, but on the meantime, we are going to be duplicating the Rabat Gaming City into different regions of the country. Of course, Rabat Gaming City will stay the flagship project of this gaming hub in the country. I do not have actually the agenda of completion of the project, but it is for sure that the first units will be ready by 2027. Something very important to know is that you do not have to wait till Rabat Gaming City is completed. Within the incentive package that we have prepared, we have taken into consideration what we have called transition measures. What these transition measures they say is that all the investors are entitled the advantages of the incentive package way before Rabat Gaming City is completed. So that which means that you can choose any location, for example, in Rabat, and start doing your work or start your studio in Rabat, and then have the flexibility of moving to Rabat Gaming City when it is completed and the first units are delivered. And in the meantime, you will have access to all your package. This package is associated actually to the fact of being installed in Rabat Gaming City. You need to be there in order to benefit from those incentives. But waiting for the time to be completed, you will have access to it, and then you will be asked to move to Rabat Gaming City after that.
Thank you for the presentation. I have several questions. So then, in order to support either the outsourcing game development or original IP game development, we really need experienced talents. And how many game studios do you have in Morocco? And then how many people are working for the largest gaming studio in Morocco?
Look, for the time being, we do not have like international companies or international studios for the time being that are operating in Morocco. What we have is that, and you can see it by your own eyes, is those startups, Moroccan startups, that have been able amazingly to start their businesses without any support from the government, which is something very important to highlight. Without any aid from the government, they'd be able to learn by themselves, learn from their peers, and start their own dream or their own companies in game development here in Morocco. Now, the number of students or workforce that is already ready for the gaming industry is not a figure that I have. Maybe Nisreen, do you have? Can you help us in answering this question? Yes, currently.
In gaming industry or?
The gaming industry, yeah.
In gaming industry, we have maybe 1,000.
Yeah. So this is the initial number of students that that have joined those new programs I was referring to, deployed in the different universities in the country. But we are expecting, with the orientation of our students to this field, to have a much bigger pool within a time span of 4 to 5 years.
Thank you.
But this profiles, what you need to know also is that we have an abundant, very abundant pool of digital talents, which can be easily converted into the gaming skills. They need to acquire some additional skills, that is for sure, and this is what we are actually working on right now through the different training programs that we have implemented.
I understand. Thank you. Yeah, I came here 5 years ago to work with Moroccan game developers here, and then I really expect their success. Yeah, in the future. Yeah.
So how do you? I'm the one who's supposed to be answering questions, but I will give you a question. So how do you evaluate the skills of those Moroccan game programs that you have met during knowing that they have been teaching themselves by themselves?
Yeah, actually, when I visited the gaming developers event more than 5 years ago, I talked with several game developers in Morocco, and then I saw that how can I say the first they have a very good experience in the making first they also have experience in making the somewhat some scale, like a certain scale of the game development. This is very important because in some other countries, they can only make a very, very small titles. So then it means that it could be like scalable, yeah, talent. And in second, I also see some of the some of my friends for the Moroccan game industry, they also try to make a independent IP.
Okay.
Yeah, this is also really great because yeah, you have a very long history and the context, and it's important to make such an original IP in order to, how can I say, persuade, make it prosperous for the game industry in your country, I feel, yeah.
Great, thank you.
I want to ask if among these programs that you are offering, learning programs, there are programs specialized in training managers in gaming, in the gaming industry, and people who can also work in the economics, but of this cultural industry. It's more of a cultural industry.
Well, look, on the level of management, the program I told you about, which has been deployed this year by ISART, one of the main focuses of this program was to train the first generation of managers, middle managers that will be running those or help run those gaming studios in Morocco. We think that the theme of or the subject of middle management is very important because I mean, any structure runs actually by its middle managers, you know. They need a vision that comes from the top, of course, but the ones that run the machine are those middle management, right? And so we thought that it was very important to have this first generation of middle managers that are already available right now. And so this is why we have started with this category to have it ready for the job market by now.
I'm from South Korea, Danny Woo. And I know also in game industry a lot. I think it's considering the number of limited number of game local studio here, and also lack of experience the people in established company, attracting people from foreign country, for instance, from Europe or from Asia, can be also a good idea to accelerate the game ecosystem here. So is this included, your initiative included this kind of a plan to, then could you be more specific about that?
So your question is whether Morocco has a plan to to facilitate the attraction of foreign talent here in the country? This is what you have said?
Incentivizing relocation from Europe to Morocco, or Asia to Morocco?
Okay, so as I told you, one of the incentives that we have prepared, actually, we will give you more details later on, which it is official, is covering part of the salaries of those expats, of those foreign talents that come to run the studios, to open the studios in the country. But besides of that, the Moroccan job market regulation gives this possibility. The job market in Morocco is protected. Like, not all the foreigners that come to the country can have like a possibility to have job contracts as easily. You know, you need to to go through a process, right? Which is going to be facilitated by the administration specifically for the job, for the gaming industry, so that we can attract actually these foreign talents that can help reinforce our workforce, local workforce, and help start those projects in the country. I don't know if it answers your question.
For instance, a loan or I don't know, a grant for encouraging future investment. Do you have kind of some opportunity to kind of foreign countries when they agree to the location here?
The grants. Well, what we have prepared is this incentive that covers part of the salary of the expat that comes here in Morocco. But further grants, this is not something that is currently existent.
So I would like to ask about if we do some extraordinary profits here and you want to transfer it to some European country, let's say to Poland, my mother country, is there any special taxation on the dividend?
Look, Morocco has always been a liberal country, open economy, very liberal country, and in this sense, it is a country that gives you free repatriation of your profits. Of course, you shouldn't pay all your taxes here in Morocco, and all your profits can be transferred back to your country. I mean, your dividends could be transferred freely to your country. Of course, this is dependent on mutual agreements between countries. Like, for example, with some countries, we have some levels on the taxation of dividends that goes back to for example, to Poland. Some countries, it is set to 10%, like tax on dividends that go back to the country. With some other countries, it's 15%. It depends on the agreements that we have with each country. Maybe I will, for your specific case, I will check what is signed with Poland. There should be some treaties that are signed with Poland, and indicate what is the level of taxation on the dividends that you would expect.
Great,
but
thank you.
Free repatriation of profits is something that all the companies here in Morocco do.
Thank you.
My question is related to real estate. You're asking us to go to Gaming City. Do you plan any kind of support when we move in terms of rental cost, subsidies, and so on?
Yeah, it is meant to be a very competitive rating rent price per square meter. We do not have the levels for the time being, what is the price per square meter, but it would be aligned to the real estate offer here in Rabat. We want it to be very competitive so that it encourages you to go there to choose Rabat Gaming City as your hub for opening your studio. So we're expecting it to be very competitive in terms of prices.
Sorry, so you talked a little bit about middle management. When you talk about algorithmics, I think was one of them.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So those programs are quite interesting for the development side, for the game making side. But kind of as we said yesterday, the business side is extremely important, especially in games as a service model. So to me, there feels like there's still a hole on the business side. So like marketing, analytics, product management, business planning, financial strategy, things like that.
Do you think that those profiles should be like for financial strategy, there should be like something related to gaming industry, like a specialization into gaming industry as well?
Yeah, so like I think things like marketing, things like product management, even strategy maybe less so, but generally speaking, they can be quite specific to gaming. Again, coming back to games as a service specifically, a free-to-play model, obviously for us in mobile. So I don't know that you necessarily need schools that are just focused on gaming, but definitely on whatever best business schools you have in Morocco, they should have gaming programs that are very much about how to apply their business knowledge and business learning specifically to the games industry.
That is a very good suggestion and remark. Now, what I want to say is that we spoke about the development journey of our other industries like aeronautics and the automotive. They have also their complexities. And what is good about Morocco is the partnership that we have with the investors. Communication channels are very open. We listen to the investors, to their suggestions. Like, for example, if you ever come into Morocco and install your studio in Morocco, you will have your say into what should be done in terms of education or not. You will have the possibility of partnering yourself with different educational structures, and we'll help you with that to suggest maybe add in such model into business schools, into other fields. And this is something that is, this interaction with investors help us advance but also strengthen our offer, educational offer. So this has been done, this model has been done for other industries, and I do not see any impeachment to be done for the gaming industry as well. Here, universities, training centers in Morocco are very, very open into adopting new things, adding new models, new programs. But they should be also enlightened by the vision of the companies that come to the country.
I have two questions about the talent pool. So first, you already mentioned that currently there are no like a major gaming companies in Morocco, and it's more like driven by the startups. So how many people are currently being employed by the gaming industry? And then my second question is like, do you know how many Moroccan-born gaming professionals are working abroad?
Oh, these are not figures that I have actually, but we have. Unfortunately, I do not have a figure to share with you in that sense, but we have actually, Ubisoft was in Morocco. You know the story of Ubisoft in Morocco, and most of their workforce from Morocco went to Canada. So yes, there is a very existing talent pool which is all around the world. Most of them are looking right now to come back to the country and make profits the country of their expertise. But how much they are, this is a challenging question actually. We definitely need to look at it, like to spot all the talents. If we want to attract them back to our country, this is something that's definitely we should spot them first, know who they are, their profile, and then invite them to come back to the country, explaining them the initiatives that are being done, and encouraging them to put their to bring their input into what we're doing.
Thank you. I have one question about the incentives. Is there multiple questions? Is there any unified office, guichet unique, to help on for the startups to implement our headquarters here? And second question is about the customs.
Yeah.
When we establish here, we will need IT equipment, hardware, softwares. For my part, it's e-sport, it's not gaming. Is e-sport also included? As I told you, I have multiple questions.
No, of course. Yeah, it is under the scope.
Yeah, and so unified guichet, guichet unique, customs when we import equipments, softwares, hardwares.
So look, yeah, our agency will be your focal point into your installation into the country. We will connect you to the different parts and go hand in hand with you. So there is going to be, you will be assigned a single point of contact to work with you on the different aspects of your installation. We have also some regional, AMDIE, or our agency works on a national level, but we also have regional investment centers in the different regions of Morocco that we closely work with them. So depending on where you're going to be installing yourself, and it's going to be mainly in Rabat, we will be working with you and with CRA, with the Regional Investment Center, for all those procedures. Now, concerning the customs, what you need to know is that, and in the same line with what we said concerning the dividends, yeah, not the what I wanted to say is that Morocco is a liberal country. Once again, we have more than 90 free trade agreements which are signed. We are the only African country which has a free trade agreement with Europe and with the United States. What does it mean? Is that the imports of your equipment is 0%, will cost you 0% on custom duties. So if you, for example, bring your material imported from Europe, you won't pay anything in terms of customs to bring it to Morocco. This is part of the free trade agreements that we have with the rest of the world. Not only with the EU and the United States, but also with Turkey, with the Arab world. We're actively working on a free trade agreement with South Korea right now.
I'm from Saudi Arabia, so is there also the
with Saudi Arabia is included, 0%?
Also, the temporary import is also facilitated?
Yeah, sure, for sure, of course.
So because we import
exactly.
equipment, use them here for events, etc., and then...
Yeah, this is temporary import, right? Yeah, no, this is...
it's both.
Yeah, this is completely...
Other question is about the valuation. If we create the company here, we establish the company, is there any VC vehicles that will help with smart prices to have the valuation, etc.?
We have a number of VCs here in Morocco that are willing to invest on projects. The only thing is that they need some further education on the potential of the... They are used to invest in different sorts of projects, industrial projects and all that stuff. They need to find their appetite in the gaming industry. And this is something that they should be convinced about, maybe through the interaction with the investors, knowing the potential of their project. I'm quite sure that they will take this virage. They will take it, and they will be involved in all what we want to do here in Morocco. But such structures are existent, and it's our duty to connect you with them.
Last question is about Rabat Gaming City within an offshore side? Is it like CFC?
Well, it's no, it's an offshore. It's going to be entitled some incentives that are dedicated to offshoring like zones. But are we going? I mean, it doesn't change anything to be considered as an offshoring site or not. The most important thing is that when you get installed there, to have access to your incentive package. That's the more important thing.
Hi, my name is Mohamed Rabia, and I'm CEO and founder of Mojatoon, AI software development to help production for video games in Canada, in Montreal. So, yeah, I've been working at Ubisoft Casablanca when it was here also. And there are many people, 30 people at least, that are in...
Excuse me, before you ask your question, when you joined Ubisoft, did you have like some specific skills into the gaming industry before that?
Yeah, I've been programmer. here,
Yeah.
working before, but for my field, which is audio and music for video games, it was just my study in music plus the programming. So there were back then no school for video games, but Ubisoft started the campus here and yeah, started developing people and other foreigners that came to the studio to help locals. So my question for that, so today I would like, for example, to explore the investment incentives in Morocco here. What should I do if I would like to install Mojatoon or a studio of Mojatoons here? So what is the first step to do? So to go straight to the point.
Look, you should actually start. I mean, create a company here in Morocco first. We will help you in this procedure of installation of your company here in Morocco. As soon as you install your company here in Morocco, and as soon as the incentive package will be official, like in the coming hours or maybe tomorrow, you will be automatically entitled to these incentives. To be able to get to be entitled to these incentives, you will have to prepare some paperwork which is associated
I do
to
with
that.
the investors.
It is examined by a commission to see if you are actually meeting the eligibility criteria. There's going to be some eligibility criteria associated to each incentive. And then when they verify that you are meeting the objectives, they give you...
So the first step, so if I need advice or more to talk about that, who's the first, one shop stop?
It's going to be with AMDIE, with our agency.
Yeah, is it I send an email, I call a phone?
No, yeah, sure. I will.
Or here? Or?
No. I will give you our contact details.
Okay.
For the time being. I will be your focal point.
Great.
But and then maybe.
Great.
Yeah.
I need just one contact.
Sure.
Okay.
It's gonna be me for the time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Let me just project a slide in where. So we're just going to project our contact details so that you can reach us for sure. Any more questions? So yeah, my colleague is preparing we'll project the email in where you will reach us. C'est bon, Souké, non? Okay. So yeah, this is my name, Moïse Lalami, and this is my email. Yeah, it's correctly written. So please do not hesitate in reaching us for any question. Oh, please. Can you put it again? I'm moving all around, I hope you did not get dizzy with me walking all around. All right, so do not hesitate. Any question that you have, will be ready to answer them. There is this package, official announcement of the incentive package that we will be done immediately, and we will make sure that you receive your copy and that you receive all the information. And starting from that, we are ready to interact with you, help you understand all the specificities of this incentive package, and then we can discuss on your installation process, how, when, and all that. All right, thank you.